Good morning, everyone, and happy December. Shaggington and I are very excited about this season, and Shaggington even got dressed up specifically for today being Hope Sunday. Bruce is going to be talking about a myriad of different ways that hope can be interpreted, and I wanted to focus on one specific aspect of hope, which is that it's kind of like trust. Hope can be like trust because it's trust in one another and trust in the cycle of things and trust that there are bright days ahead of us. And I thought of this story called Little Tree by Loren that's about that letting go of our fear and having the courage to have hope. So this is Little Tree. Once there was a little tree filled with little leaves, who was surrounded by other little trees who had little leaves of their own. In the heat of long summer days, Little Tree's leaves kept him cool. And the squirrels would climb up his branches to play, and the morning dove landed in him and sang her fluty song. The little tree was sure to grow up big and strong. Autumn arrived and cool winds filled the air. The wind tickled Little Tree as it passed through his branches and ruffled his leaves. The air grew cold, and the leaves on all the trees changed color, becoming yellow, red, and orange. Then, one by one, the trees began to drop their leaves. But not Little Tree. He just hugged his leaves tight. "Hello, Little Tree," said a squirrel. "You're supposed to drop your leaves now." But Little Tree was unsure. What would he do without his leaves? Winter came. "What are you doing with your leaves still on?" asked the doe, and Little Tree just hugged his leaves tight. Springtime arrived, and the little forest burst into life again. The other trees grew bright with new leaves. The squirrels played in their branches, and Little Tree could hear the morning dove singing her fluty song. The seasons continued to come and go. "Little Tree," quacked a duckling, "your leaves are brown. Are you feeling sick?" A fox said, "Little Tree, it's autumn. It's time for you to drop your leaves. You can do it. Ready? 1, 2. The Little Tree just hugged his leaves tight. All around, the forest grew and grew. One summer, Little Tree could no longer feel any sunlight. The squirrels played high above on the broad, tall trees, and the morning dove sang so far away that he could hardly hear her fluty song. Autumn came again, and leaves began to blanket the ground. Little Tree looked up at the other trees, at their branches reaching high into the sky, and he remembered when the trees had all been his size. And then he let go. As his last leaf floated to the ground, for the first time, Little Tree felt the harsh cold of winter. But in time, something happened. Once there was a little tree. Hope can be hard to find sometimes, but knowing in the cycles of life and trusting in one another, we can always find our way through.